Is passion necessary in your business? Well, my answer is yes, but there is more to it than you think. Dive into this video where I explain what you need in addition to passion if you want to build a meaningful business, how to reframe the question of what am I passionate about, and how to start pursuing an idea right now so that you don't have to wait any longer to start the journey towards your dream business. I'm Lydia Lee. I'm the work reinvention coach and solopreneur strategist at Screw the Cubicle. Welcome to my channel. In the last decade, I have supported corporate professionals to repurpose their gifts and their experience into a meaningful business that they love. If you are new to this channel, you might want to consider subscribing and also hitting the notification bell button so that you are the first to know when new videos come your way. I want to talk for a minute about passion versus purpose, because these are two things that are necessary in a business, but can be quite misunderstood, right, for people. First of all, passion is something that you feel deep inside your heart, your soul, your spirit, something that lights a fire in your belly that really is for you, right? And it's also really important for business because that fire in your belly really helps you to keep going when the going gets tough, right? Because every time we do something new, like launching a business, starting something new, like a project, there will be obstacles and challenges in the way. So we need passion as the fuel that's required to keep persevering and building momentum for our ideas. Now, having purpose is a little bit different because it has to do with what other people get from our passion, right? How do we actually support and help other people with what they're going through with our passion? So purpose is that reason to get up in the morning because it's something beyond yourself. And it's also going to give you more information and insight around what it is that you really truly have to do in your business to serve, and what's that deep work you have to create in your business to really be able to support others. And that's what really matters to a business. A business is profitable if it really serves the needs of other people. So both are important. Passion is for you, purpose is for others. And purpose-driven work ensures that you're creating something that is not only for yourself, but the betterment in the lives of other people, right? It's a motivation to make a difference. It's about valuable connections. It's about meaningful connections and valuable contributions and instigating change in the world around you. So for example, in my business, my passion is about coaching people. I love sharing my story. I love sharing the stories of my clients. I love bringing people together to learn that it is so possible as an option for a career and a work pathway to choose to become an entrepreneur, a small business owner, and create a lifestyle outside of the cubicle. But my purpose really is to uncover the hidden gifts that a lot of people possess that comes from their skills, comes from their life and work experience, that I can support them in building that next chapter of work so that work becomes not a dirty word, and work becomes something that is not just a 9-to-5 thing. It's really an embodiment of something bigger than themselves so that they can create that meaningful work, impact others, and that is sort of a ripple effect to the communities, a positive ripple effect to the communities that they belong to, right? So there's a bigger, expanded vision that I think comes from starting from my passion and then growing bigger from the purpose to really serve an area of a need that I think that, the world will become a better place if we have more people doing meaningful work. Now, I want to turn the lens over to you. If you were to not just focus on talking about your passion, what's really the real purpose behind your current business or a potential business idea you've been mulling about? I want you to share that with us in the comments and play around with ways that you might articulate the story around your purpose. So for example, you might say, I'm passionate about writing, right? But my purpose is to really help highlight the voices of underserved women in my community that has beautiful stories to tell that could impact the lives of other people, right? Go a little deeper into how what you're passionate about could really support people externally, the networks of people that you're truly trying to help with your passion. You've heard me say that in order to have a profitable business, right? And that's where you're turning a passionate idea from a hobby to an actual thing that, really supports people and the needs that they have. We have to really focus on solving worthy problems that people are actively seeking solutions for, right? So again, bringing that out to understanding and identifying what it is that you solve for others that they may not be able to do on their own, that may come from your expertise, that comes from even your school of hard knocks that you've learned how to do in your personal life, where you can really help people expedite their way to a goal, right? Or feeling a particularly emotional state that's desired from them, something that they can't seem to do themselves, but because you have the experience, the know-how, the wisdom, the nerdiness to be very obsessed with a particular topic, right? That's what brings them to you, for you to create that value for them to get to their outcomes in a smoother way, in an easier way, in a faster way, a more effective way, right? So what a business needs to be purposeful and profitable is to focus on solving problems that people have and being able to design meaningful solutions that support people towards their desired state or their goal. So one of the things that I do with my clients whenever we want to create more meat in their business idea to really make it take form, right? Where it is a real problem to be solved. There's a real job to be done for their clients. We have to start talking to the very people that we're anticipating in helping. And sometimes you may not know exactly who that soulmate person is just yet, that is that ideal client profile, but starting with just a couple of things that you might know about your ideal client likely is probably someone very similar to you, maybe a few years behind you, or lived your life 5 years ago, and now you're 5 years ahead, right? Where you can go back and help yourself almost, right? That usually represents an ideal client you can think about, right? People that represent your values, your journey, and they're just a little bit behind you, and you're a little bit more of an expert just because you're a little bit more ahead of them. That's how you can look at expertise. I always use the analogy of, you're a third grader teaching a second grader how to go through second grade. You don't have to know everything about the topic that you're passionate about, but knowing one step, one phase of the problem can really support you in understanding how to help in that particular phase. So market research is a really important thing to do to really feel confident about what business you're starting, how you're going to make money from this business. And if you're building something that people need, will invest in and want to buy. Now, if you haven't done a lot of these conversational market research or even internet research of particular niches or existing businesses out there that represent your business, I do have a video that I filmed for you that I'm going to put in the cards above with the link as well. It's called How to Market Research If You Don't Have an Audience Yet. And you can watch that video after this one to learn all the tools and techniques to be able to conduct your market research effectively. Now, finally, I want to plant a seed for you for a little mindset shift so that choosing an idea to pursue right now for a business doesn't really need to be as permanent as you think it is. A lot of my clients spin their wheels for years in starting a business solely because they think the idea they choose today is the idea they have to die with. And life is so much more expansive than that. What we can trust ourselves to do right now as in today, is knowing what's just enough. What's what I call the right for right now idea, as in, what am I most interested in enough to pursue? What am I thinking when I review and audit my skills, my experiences, my wisdom that I'm capable to share right now that could be really valuable to others? It may not be the business idea that's on my tombstone when I die, but I'm going to allow myself to start this idea so that I can evolve my body of work in the future as I evolve as a human as well. And that's really even how I started, knowing one tiny piece of something, right? In the beginning of time in my business to coach on, and now it's evolved almost 10 years later into a multitude of topics and insights that I've gathered along the way to do even more powerful work a decade later, right? But we do have to start somewhere. So embracing this notion of what's the right for right now idea, what's the I'm interested enough work, will help you to make a choice right now with the best idea you've got so far, where you can just allow your work to just grow with you as you grow as a human. Now, as you are, in a way, auditing your ideas, so if you have multi-ideas that you go, I could do that, I could do this as well, I want to introduce you to a diagram that you might have seen in my other videos called the sweet spot for meaningful work, and I'll show it to you in the video now. And you can see there are 3 areas of meaningful work that I think will help you to see if any of your ideas will link to these 3 areas the most. And sometimes it can give you a kind of good metric to measure if your ideas have legs to stand on, right? To produce meaningful work for you. The first part here, as you can see, is mastery, right? Your skills. What are your best skills, experience, wisdom, and knowledge that is valuable to others? And so this is where your work really leverages your most effective skills to date that creates the highest value for others at this moment in time. And how do you match those skills towards a deep interest? What are topics you're passionate about? What do you find yourself consuming, reading, talking about, going into endless hours of conversations around, right? And when your work can align with problems that you're deeply interested in solving and are passionate about changing, right? That can really feel the skills to be less of just a tool that you use, but you know how you're going to use it and explain, right, to people. When you use the tool of writing, for example, it really supports them in solving this problem of storytelling or picking the right stories to tell, right? There's sort of, again, extra meat to your tool set or toolkit, I should say, and your skill sets that you carry with you. And then the last linkage is impact, right? How does this, when you're finished blessing your clients with your service or products, what's that ripple effect that could change a larger purpose of how people experience their lives and or impact the communities or causes that you might want to contribute towards, right? So what challenges are you able to motivate others to conquer and create transformations for that they'll take going forward, even after they're done working with you, right? And that's the kind of legacy work that you can be really proud of in a service and an offer that you really create for people. So take a look at this diagram of mastery, linked with deep interests, and linked with impact to see where your ideas fall when you start to have this, checklist or, right, making sure it has alignment to those 3 areas. And that could also support you in picking the right for right now business idea for you. And finally, if you're like me and you're a multi-passionate person, you might be wondering, where do I focus? What if I have multi-passions that I really want to include in one business? And the idea of choosing really feels difficult for you. You might want to check out my video called How to Pick a Business Idea When You're Multi-Passionate. And I think that's going to give you some really great insight and some confidence and calmness as well when you make a decision of how you can be more of who you are if you want to do that, right? And be able to include that in different areas of your business as well. I hope what I shared in this video was helpful for you in distinguishing passion versus purpose, how to reframe the question of what am I passionate about, and really start the steps and process of looking at all your ideas and making sure that they fit under what's the sweet spot for meaningful work, so that you're actually producing the skill sets that you're really confident to produce, linking it with a deep interest and problem you're passionate to solve, and knowing the deeper impact that your work can be doing so that you can tell these stories more powerfully in your business and attract great clients to your business as well. As usual, I would love to hear from you. Let me know your biggest takeaway from this video by commenting below. If you like this video, click the like button and share it with others that you might think would really benefit from this video. And of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already, so that I can make sure that you get every single video that I film here every single month. For more training and free workshops with me, you might want to check out the free masterclass that I'll give you the link above and in the descriptions as well, so that you can join me on a longer training to learn the 4 keys to launch your dream business, where I'm going to teach you the simplest steps to turn your fuzzy idea, right, of a business into a real solid foundation of a business plan that you're going to feel confident to launch. I hope you join me there, and I'll see you in the next video.